All right, have you ever felt like your privacy is completely being invaded? I mean, the moment that you apply for credit, whether it's a mortgage or car loan or private loan or even an insurance, okay? The moment you do that, all of a sudden you start getting a bunch of phone calls left and right from companies you don't even know. And some of them, like, they use very deceptive practices, such as like, hey, I just got your application. We're ready to start processing this. And you're like, who are you? How do you have my information? I didn't even give it to you. Well, guess what? That is called a trigger lead, and it's totally legal. Now, what is a trigger lead? Well, when you're applying for a loan or credit, right? So let's say mortgages. Let's say you apply for a mortgage. Well, when we start the process of pre-approval, we run what is called a soft inquiry. But sooner or later, the moment that it has to go to underwriting, right? Well, guess what? A hard inquiry needs to be done. The full credit report needs to be done, which is a hard credit report, right? And the credit bureaus grab that information. The moment that the lender that you're going with runs the hard credit report, that becomes a hard inquiry. And guess what? Credit bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian sell that information to marketing companies. And the phone calls, they just start coming in. And it's not one, it's not two or three or four. My gosh, I've seen as many as 30 phone calls, right? And they don't stop, right? And like I said before, it's perfectly legal because, as a matter of fact, the FTC says, hey, it's good for consumers to get different competitive offers. Well, it doesn't feel like that. Now when you're getting bombarded by phone calls and texts and the constant emails. So if you want to stop that, or at least minimize the phone calls, right? You have to register your information under the Do Not Call registry. And number 2, register your information under the opt-out pre-screen. Now, I'm not going to promise you that the phone calls are going to stop, but at least minimize it, right? Now, if you want to later on start getting offers and so forth, yeah, you can remove your information from those websites later on. But in the meantime, if you want to just stop that nuisance, if you want to stop the constant phone calls, register your information under those 2 websites.